it's getting more out there now, man, because for a good while, there we go. We for a good while we had a lot of momentum when it came to MMA. We had an amateur MMA promotion locally. We had like Austin promotion out there. I mean, there was like a lot of buzz. And hold on. Yeah, you don't have to put the headset on, but just so you know, it is working.
Okay.
But yeah, man. I mean, it was, it's getting like that again, and because of that, I'm excited, dude. Like I'm looking forward to what's coming. Hold on, let me get this.
So one day, San Antonio got a lot of boxing out here.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. That's here for sure, man.
Yeah. And funny thing about it is they pay really well.
Yeah.
Like really well. I literally would say I got paid more money doing boxing than I did MMA.
MMA.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hopefully MMA get with the program, man. Start paying fighters, bro.
It's gonna take good. What do you think? I say
10 more years. Nah.
I give it 5. I give it 5. 5 more years.
You think?
Huh?
Maybe 2, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I would probably say a little bit sooner, man. I mean, there's a lot, but I give it about 2 or 3. I mean, 3 at the most, man. But
yeah.
But yeah, we are live, gentlemen. Hello, everybody. Spider here, the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. You can put yours on if you'd like, man. It's actually enclosed a little bit, so it gives a little bit less feedback. But yeah, everybody out there, of course, this is Spider. We are inside the studio here at the HOJ training facility in San Antonio, Texas. For those, once again, that are local, definitely stop by, message us, let us know, bring you in here and get something going. Now, once again, of course, returning guest, man. I've got Warren Stewart, man. What's going on, bro?
Not too bad, brother. How you been doing?
Man, I've been trying to keep up with you on social media, man. I can't, bro. You're doing too much, bro. But introduce your guest, man. You actually brought somebody with you today, man. What's going on?
Yes, man. I got a beast over here, man. Got my boy Braxton Smith, man. A wonderful athlete, wonderful fighter, man. He just had one of the nicest head kick on B2 not too long ago.
Yeah, I think awesome. The whole world saw that, man. That was pretty spectacular, man. I was like, and let me ask you, man, because I mean, it was in the heavyweight division.
Right.
Now, being a heavyweight yourself, were you expecting that? Were you thinking, okay, he's not gonna expect the head kick? Were you?
Not. I knew he wasn't gonna expect the head kick, but being a shorter heavyweight. Yeah. He was like, ain't no way that leg gonna get up there. The head kicked me, bro. And so I knew, like, to throw it out there, I knew I had a possibility of landing it. So I was excited about it.
Man, and let me ask you, where did you get that from, man? I mean, have you been already? I mean, I know you've been training, but was that something that you were like, okay, let me train on this a little bit more?
Yeah. So for me, I've been off for like 8 years. So that was my first fight back in 8 years.
Wow. Okay.
And I really pride on kickboxing when I was active. Before I had a layoff.
Right.
So I always had great kicks. But I was a little bit rusty, man. Like, 8-year layoff, so. But yeah, kicking is one of those things I enjoy doing. So I love going low and love going high also. So it was a pretty surreal moment when I did it, when I landed it. So.
No, yeah, I'm definitely nobody was expecting it, man. I know your opponent wasn't. You caught him pretty clean, man, and B2 did a great job, with the reels, man. I mean, it's out there consistent, of course, they're showcasing it. So, I mean, that's good because, your name's out there, man. After 8 years, I mean, what was it that brought you back?
Getting engaged and having a little baby, man, having a little girl. So my mom got me into the sport. And when she passed away, I kind of like got away from it.
Right.
Moved to Austin. I'm from Alabama. Moved out here to Austin. And it's, like I said, got engaged and wanted to give it another shot, like really give it an opportunity.
No, I mean, definitely. And that's one of the things I've noticed even recently. There's a lot of guys from 8-10 years ago that were competing, and now they're starting to get back into it, man. And a lot of it, I guess for them it's different because they had kids back then, and now the kids are older, so they're kind of like, let me go have some fun. Yeah, right. So they're out there, man. But with you, it's the other case, man. You actually
motivation.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when it comes to fighting, I mean, was that something initially when you first started competing? Were you getting into fights, or were you just like?
Yeah, so I was really good at football. I played running back,
right.
back home. So, but I was always a troublemaking kid, getting in street fights and stuff like that. So when that door closed or I stopped playing, got into MMA.
So
So
like, let me go ahead and start fighting, man.
yeah.
Now, I mean, football. I mean, what was it about the sport that attracted you, man? I mean, was your family like involved in football growing up?
Yeah, my dad, my uncles, everybody.
Nice.
You know, so a long list of athletes in the Smith family. Yeah.
Oh, sweet, man.
Yeah, so that's something you do. Like my cousin right now, he's a senior at Nevada. You know, he's playing football out there. So, I mean, that's something. I got 2 little cousins. His little brothers, they're getting ready to go to school soon. They starting.
Nice.
I think like 3-star athletes right now
Right.
back home in Alabama. So they'll go off to school soon. So it's something that you do when you're a Smith. You know, you play football.
They said, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they say college and football, right? I mean,
Yeah.
not either or, but I mean, definitely get your education out there, man. 'Cause you never know, man. I mean, when it comes to sports, I mean, even in football, I mean,
Facts.
there's injuries, and it's just like, what
Yeah.
else is next, you know? But now, as far as the fight game, I mean, you just came back after 8 years. I mean, as far as competition, are you looking to compete against him?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll fight July 16th in Brookhaven, New York against Patrick Carroll. It'll be a professional kickboxing bout.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So
man.
that's my next scheduled bout.
Oh, okay, man. And I mean, as far as New York, I mean, what's taking you out there? Was it the promoter that got a hold of you?
Yes. So I think Fight Series. It's called Flex Fight Series. So I think they out of New York.
I've heard of them. Okay. Sweet. No, you see, and that's another thing that I like. There's a professional mixed martial artist. I mean, of course, like Warren Stewart, he's competed in boxing. I mean, he's competed in everything. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other professional MMA guys that are getting into boxing or just something else.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I like it for the fact that it's a payday, man.
Right.
Yeah, especially bare knuckle, like right now.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Shit,
I'm
what's his
trying
name?
to get a bare knuckle bad.
Yeah. What's his name? Dachshund. What's his name? Lil Dachshund.
Oh, he just signed up.
John Dodson. Yeah, he just signed. Yeah.
Oh
You
my
see,
damn.
and that's, I mean, there's a lot of hype. I mean, of course, you have BKFC, you've got BYB.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other regional promoters that are actually having bare knuckle. I know there's one in New Mexico that popped up a couple months back. But I mean, as far as I mean, for yourself, man. Well, let me ask you both. I mean, when it comes to bare knuckle boxing, would you prefer a triangle, the trigon, or would you prefer a square ring?
It is either or. I don't care.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. But I guess if I had to choose, it would be like a square ring.
Okay. Well, and you know what? And I apologize. BKFC, of course, they have that square circle is what they call it.
Yeah.
Square
I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot more range, a lot more motion. I know they do the toe the line and just start swinging them, but
What's that other one now? It's the triangle with the MMA gloves. It's like dirty boxing or something like that.
oh, that's that new one. And I completely.
Jorge Masvidal's?
No.
Okay.
His is the bare knuckle MMA.
MMA, okay.
Yeah.
It's the other one they had in.
It was here in Texas.
Yes, it was in College Station.
Yeah, it's not
Bare knuckle?
No, it wasn't bare
I was
knuckle.
going to say, okay.
Yeah, it's like
not in Texas, not yet, man.
Right.
It's like MMA, but it's just boxing. You can actually clinch with the gloves and everything. I just
Yeah,
don't
it
remember
was,
what it
Oh,
was.
okay, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, I
It was
forgot.
It was in a triangle.
And
It
they're
was cool.
actually in a law. I don't know if it's a lawsuit, but I mean with the BYB because of the whole triangle thing, they're trying to say that they took their idea and it's still being worked out, But yeah, man, it was just basically. I think they were using 4-ounce gloves for.
Yes, I know. What's his name? Rampage Jackson.
Yeah,
He was one
he
of
was
the
out there
coaches.
promoting.
Yeah, and I forgot what the other dude.
Oh.
Was it Dada D1000 or
No,
something
it
like
was
that?
Shannon Briggs.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I know.
Yeah.
What happened to that? It had some steam.
Yeah.
Well, the last card I know they had, they canceled it. I think Vitor was supposed to fight on that one, and
Yeah.
they canceled. But they just haven't brought it back. I don't know if it's that whole lawsuit thing going on, man. But I mean, as far as hopefully it happens, man. Because when that thing came out, man, I was thinking exposure. I was thinking, different platform. I mean, that's just if you're a professional and you're like, yeah, I just want to fight, then there's this,
Right.
there's bare knuckle, there's kickboxing. There's so many different platforms out there, man.
Yeah.
It's like you could fight a different promotion every month, right?
If you wanted to, yeah.
I mean, man, now I look at my social media a lot. Like last night, man, I was probably 5 o'clock this morning. I'm looking at my social media. I'm literally looking at so many organizations out right now. I was it wasn't like that. It's funny.
heck no.
It was like that in the beginning when I first started. Then it stopped for a little bit. It was only a couple promotions out.
Yeah.
Now it's 2022. It's like a gang of them out here now.
so
It's
many.
and being honest, Ooh, I might be putting my own foot in my own mouth, but you know me. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll really be honest. I believe fighters should not be stuck with one promotion. I believe fighters should be hopping to fight, going to all the companies they can.
Right.
Only for that, because if you stick with one company, man, you don't know how long that company's gonna last. And if you don't get your money worth out of that company, they can just kick you out the curb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like, fighters should be going to different promotions, not being just signed with one promotion, and especially with these 3-4 year contracts. Because it hurts your pockets.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it hurts your pockets, because if you sign a 3-year contract with a promotion, it's not guaranteed you're going to do those 3 fights in that year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they might just sit you down and just drag you out, man.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Then where you going to get your extra income?
You see, and I see that a lot, because especially now, man, I mean, once you're signed up to a promotion, and like you said, they don't fight you, and there's other promotions coming through town, and there's opportunities, and you can't...
Because you're under contract, you can't fight.
So it's just like one of those, like, man, you know what, I mean... It kind of does lock you in, I mean, there's a lot of and there's promotions out there doing good, and I'll give them that, I mean, when it comes to exposure and pushing the fighters, that's my main thing when it comes to, for me, when I hear somebody saying, okay, well, I'm locked in, it's like, hey, well, as long as they promote you as much as you promote them, man, by all means, but yeah, man, I mean, as far as, going back to that kickboxing, I mean, you said you're looking at possibly doing some bare knuckle.
I want to get into it for sure.
Nice, man. And
as soon as they hit me up, like, I'm ready. Sorry.
Take off the gloves. Let's go. And I mean, what are you thinking of? I mean, bare knuckle, man. I mean, because even now I say it and I'm like, oh man. I mean, that shit hurts just saying it, dude. Right. Because of course there's no gloves. But I mean, are as far as training, I mean, would you start training differently?
I think so. I think you got to train a little bit differently. I wouldn't know how to, on my own. But that's something I would have to get with somebody and find out how to do. But I mean, I've been bare knuckling like for years, you know what I mean? So it's like one of those things that I don't know, I guess I feel like I'll be more at home,
Yeah.
And that's another, let me say this, because for me, even when we used to spar, like back in the day, I mean, I never liked gloves. When it came to weightlifting, I never liked gloves, and it's just because I always felt like I had to touch something. Yeah. And when it comes to fighting, it's kind of like the same thing, especially if you're doing boxing or kickboxing, you use a 12 ounce or a bigger glove. It's kind of like you're having pillows, you're kind of like, damn, I want to do some damage, man.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, I mean, this fight coming up, I mean, as far as training, man, where's it going on? And, I mean, what are you looking for towards that bound?
So I'm here now, at least for another maybe 2-3 months. So I'm trying to find a gym to train out here. So that's what I'll be doing this week.
No, yeah, man. I mean, and of course, like I said, there's a lot of great gyms out there, man. I mean, I'll definitely, throw some your way once this is done.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, man. I mean, as far as bodies, I mean, that's the only thing I know. We had talked about as far as getting some big boys out there for you to spar with, man. Right. If you want, man, I'll throw Warren on my shoulders and Warren.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
I think we'll still crumble, but give you something, man.
Yeah, but I will say, man, that's like the hardest thing, to be a heavyweight, to actually find guys of your size.
Right.
You know what I mean? Only reason I say that because you can see. I have seen some big heavyweights, and I have seen them fold easily, and it's like, heavyweights are different from all the other weight classes, you know what I mean? Because you can literally have a dude that's 265 and another dude that's 225. That's still a whole
that's a whole different person, man.
This is why, I was telling you, not too long ago, I was telling Spider, the biggest thing for a heavyweight is finding a coach that can hold mitts for you.
Actually keep up with you. And
because it's not easy. I mean, man, to have a heavyweight and be a coach and you not a big guy yourself and you trying to hold mitts, man, how you gonna teach your fighters?
You see, and that's for example, I mean, with Derek Lewis, his coach.
He's a small guy.
Yeah, he's a shorter dude, but I mean.
He figures it
he's
out.
built for it. He's built for it, man.
You know, he feel it every time they hit those mitts. Or he's been working with him for a few years, so now he's probably used to it. But
man.
Starting out was probably hell.
That's when you put boxing gloves on the guy, man.
Right.
But yeah, man. But I mean, that's definitely like we said. I mean, this week, man, you're gonna be driving around, just checking out some.
Just checking out some stuff, man. It's a pretty big city. I ain't used to this. I'm a country boy, Alabama, man. I got equipment used to Austin. You know, it's not real big.
Right.
So.
You see, and that's the thing too, because San Antonio, man. I mean, I grew up here, and I mean, it's blown up. I mean, the past 5 years, bro, it's been like there's houses, where there used to be trees. I mean, that's everywhere, but it's just like literally there was nothing, dirt, trees, and now it's like I'm like, damn, there's like condominiums and freaking, pop-up homes popping up left and right, man. But it is getting bigger, man. I mean, for myself, I'm a contract delivery driver. And I always tell people, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm out there driving, I wouldn't have known, dude. I would have been like, what houses? Like, I mean, but it's like every time I go, it's like just getting bigger and bigger. And, everybody's still moving down here. I've got houses. I mean, as far as here in town, man, but it's like people are always like, oh, man, you should sell them. And I'm like, nah, man. Like, you know what? I'd rather wait it out, man, because, it's going to stop soon, And I hope economy-wise that, it's going to be good. But,
right.
It's just going to be...
Close to Austin, everybody from Austin trying to come to San Antonio now.
Yeah.
That's the only problem now,
No, but I mean, even with that being said, man, I mean, there's New Braunfels, there's Seguin, there's other small towns in between.
San Marcos.
Yeah, because here, like, we have a lot of people are moving towards Helotes. I mean, right at the, front line where San Antonio's at, but there's still houses out there. But it's just one of those things, man. I mean, and it'll come to a stop or slow down at least. But for the most part, man, I mean, it's getting that bad. I'm actually thinking of building tree houses, man, just to rent them. Start renting them out, One bedroom, beautiful view.
I'll take one.
But man, I mean, as far as training, man, I mean, how often do you train? Like during the day, during the week?
So, man, to be honest with you, I was kind of like for this fight here, I was on my own, bro. Me and a friend, So just. I was training at Black Sheep Boxing, kind of want to really get into it, man, but they owner, man, he's something else. But I was kind of like on my own,
right.
For this camp. So we were training late at night, 5 days a week.
Man, I mean, with that being said, I mean, was your cardio good going into this last bout?
It was all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, being honest, it was okay.
I was thinking maybe that's what you're trying to,
so
finish the fight quick.
Man, exactly. So for me, that's why I want to do it the next fight, do it the right way. Drop weight classes. So I'm moving to light heavyweight. So I'll drop down to 220 and fight at 205.
Oh, nice.
So right now I'm winning at 264. I got a nutritionist that's gonna help me out of Houston. Shout out to Seth. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of work, bro. But it's a smarter decision for me. I've been fighting the big guys since I started. And 14-2 as an amateur. Fighting Walt Harris out of the UFC, Chase Sherman. Those guys are 6'4", 6'5". You know what I mean? So I like fighting the big guys, but it's just a smarter decision for me to cut to 205 and fight at light heavyweight. Yeah.
You see, and that's one of the things I see because, I mean, just like what Warren said, man, I mean, the heavyweight division, there's like 30, 40 pounds in between as far as the weight limit.
It should be like a 225 class. I would be perfect for that class.
You see, and that's what I was going to bring up, man. I mean, you think there should be weight classes in between the heavyweight division, man? Because, I mean, you fight a monster, bro. And it's one thing, I mean, of course, the techniques there is even worse, because, I mean, they're that great at jiu-jitsu or boxing or kickboxing. But, I mean, if you fight somebody and, of course, the level isn't there, then, it's fair game, man. It's just, like you said, I mean, you're back after 8 years, so, of course, I'm pretty sure you don't want to lose. You want to keep that winning streak going, man.
Exactly. So, just doing it the right way. I mean, and, like I said, man, guys cutting for 300 pounds. I think Cody Beck, he lost 30 pounds. He weighed in at 262, so... I mean, naturally, him being 6'2", 6'3", he's a bigger guy than me. Not muscle-wise, but he's still he's a bigger man, But
no, you see, and let me ask you, as far as nutrition, man, you said you're gonna have somebody come in here. What are you thinking? I mean, as far as calorie counts, are you gonna start eating better?
So he told me, he said you're gonna have to suffer That's pretty much what he said. So I mean, I guess he's gonna like cut carbs out, which is my favorite food, man. I love eating French fries.
I was gonna say, man, the first thing you
Oatmeal,
go,
bro. Like I can go with you guys right now and eat a buffet of fries, any kind of fries you guys want.
Yeah.
So I guess like cutting that out, man. Maybe having it once a week. I'm hoping, or maybe once a month, but. It's just gonna be a lot of cardio and just cutting back on food. You know, I got a sweet tooth. I love eating sweets too, so just gotta cut back on a lot of that.
No, yeah, man. You see, and that's one of the things. Yeah, I mean, I love carbs as well, man. So I mean, for somebody to say you can't eat, you know, it's like, hey, man.
Like, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
I guess that's my favorite thing about being a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't weigh over 266,
right?
You know, which I never will, but. You know, cutting weight, man, and fight. Actually, got to weigh in. You know, on Friday and then fight Saturday night. Like that's gonna be a different ballgame for me.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it.
No, and let me ask you earlier. I mean, you mentioned that you come from football.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the intensity, the training. I mean, I know the level. It's not the same when it comes to MMA, but I mean, being that you were that hardworking when you went over to MMA, was that kind of like you said? I mean, it was for you. It fit.
Yeah, two totally different sports, but I guess I'm one of those guys. Like I wasn't a really aggressive runner,
right?
So for my size and my running style was kind of different. So I was more of a big back, but I ran like Saquon Barkley. So I lowered my shoulders when I had to, but for the most part, like you know, because I ran 4.4, so I'm trying to go 80 yards, 60 yards, and they looking at me looking like a fullback. They like, you know, damn man, I expect this guy to. You know, get 2 or 3 tough yards, and I'm taking it to the house. You know, so I was never aggressive runner. Me also, you know, being a fighter, you know, I want to be more patient. You know, and kind of pick my shots and land the big ones. You know, with Cody Beck, he kind of rushed everything. So you know, being off a long time, I'm like, holy shit, like this is happening right now. Like this, like it ain't no, you know, sit back kickboxing. So,
man.
But it's two different sports, man. But you know, I definitely would say football helped me with MMA for sure.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. I watched a couple of your football clips. Man, I seen this fool jumping over cats. Just, I was like, damn. I showed my bro. I was like, dude, look at this dude. This dude fast, man. This dude jumped over this dude. I was like, holy shit.
Like one hand snags, for touchdowns.
And he was a big dude. I was just like, holy shit.
I'm still pretty active with flag travel team, all gas, no brakes. We're supposed to play in Temple next weekend. I doubt I'll play, but I haven't played in a while. But still put on the cleats every now and then, man, and going out and you know making guys miss and snatching one handers. They're like, man, hold on, like you do that? You're like 260, 270. Like, bro, I've been doing them all life,
bro. Man, and of course, I mean, from football, man. I mean, when did that start? Like from elementary school?
I actually started late, man. I started like 11.
Oh, okay.
You know, you Texans, y'all start, man, at 3, 2 and 3, but you know, I started, you know, I think I was like 11 years old.
Man.
Yeah, I started late.
And that being said, I mean, was it kind of like was your family? They weren't trying to push you into it, right? It was just
they wouldn't. So we were with my mom and my sister. So we were originally from Dothan, Alabama, which is South Alabama, and we moved, you know, kind of north, like closer to Tennessee, like Jasper, Walker County, and I played. I think T-ball when I was like 8, and I told my mom I didn't like it, and she was like, "Okay, cool," which is crazy because, you know, my dad was this crazy athlete, you know, 6'8", you know, really, you know, one of Alabama's the best to ever come out of Alabama beside Bo Jackson. His name's Stavius White, but she never pushed it, man, you know, and I actually got into football. I had moved to my new neighborhood, and I was running a touchdown. And one of the coaches was taking some kids home from school from practice. Yeah. He was like, "Holy shit, was this kid running over in this field?" And drove back around and took me. He was like, "Hey, can he come play football?" I'm like, "Football." So I didn't want to get hit. So when I first got it, I didn't want to get hit. So I would run. My first play, I would run to the left side, run to the right side, and get to the sideline, just beat everybody. So I was faster than everybody and just score a touchdown. So I didn't like getting hit, bro.
Yeah, man, that's smart. Right. Dude, well, now, I mean, right now, like you said, man, I mean, as far as, I mean, of course, Warren Stewart, you know, the guy's fought everybody. I'll just say that as well. But, I mean, he's been very competitive, man. I mean, he's fought in MMA. I know you've done boxing, kickboxing?
I have never done kickboxing. That's something I would love to do. But, you know, I have fought for Golden Boy, boxing, MMA. I want to do some kickboxing. I really want to do some Muay Thai, man. I think in the next 2-3 years, you know, I will be moving to overseas.
Right.
You know, I think that's going to be my path now. You know, just because of, you know, remember me, you talked about this a while back. You know, it's hard in America to be a professional fighter and be recognized in a way, you know, especially MMA. You know, and I feel like going overseas, I feel like I would get more exposure, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially
More money too, right?
yeah, way more money. You know, especially in Asia. Right. You know, Asia love Americans. And I'm sorry, they love black guys out there. And they're like, black guy, he's an athlete. You know, that's why.
That's
yeah, I mean, that's why. I mean, you look at Rampage and Bob Sapp. Bob Sapp was
haven't won a fight in like 10 years,
yeah,
bro.
that
But
dude
they loved
sucked, but everybody loved him. You know,
Yeah.
the Asia really loved him just because of the simple fact he wasn't he wasn't a dick or nothing. He was really nice.
Oh yeah, he was.
Signed autographs and people love. You know, Asia really loved that, especially Rampage. Rampage stayed in Japan for how long?
Yeah, he actually has a kid out there.
Yeah.
He got married, and I mean,
Yeah, he moved out there.
He's still a superstar there if he goes there.
Yeah.
And Bob Sapp made great money. I think now he has his own weed strand, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing
Does he
now.
really?
Yeah. I seen those IG. That's what he's doing now with all this money he made.
Yeah.
So smart.
Smart. Yeah.
So-
I mean, hell, man.
So that's my move now, you know, because I still want to do some movies and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro.
Like, man, I want to go overseas. I'd rather just go overseas and do some movies out there.
I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah, we gonna do it. You know, because
I'm gonna go with you.
Cause that's the future. You know, honestly, you know, being down here, you gotta really. That's why I tell a lot of fighters down here. You know, you really gotta build your social media up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just to be the next somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
'Cause, I
Be
mean,
the
even
next McGregor.
For example, even with Sage
Northcutt,
Northcutt,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he came
Sage.
up through the sport. I mean, he was a karate guy
Yeah.
growing up, and it's just like by the time Dana White saw him, he was like, man, I want him. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's in Asia now. I mean,
Yeah.
he should run
Right.
They
into
don't,
him.
and that's the thing.
What is he fighting for? One fight?
One.
Yeah. And
One
what's-
championship.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is, you remember Stage Northcutt had the biggest name out here.
Yeah.
For good hot minute.
Yeah.
When he got in the UFC.
He's the biggest prospect.
Yeah, he lost a couple of fights.
Yeah.
Dana White like,
Yeah.
you go.
Bro.
You
No,
can't.
yeah.
Everybody can't be like, what's his name, McGregor.
No,
you know what I
can't
mean?
talk back, and that
Yeah.
was the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin era, man. You can
Yeah.
yell at your boss and beat him up, and still have a job.
You know, but you really think about it, McGregor's not American. You know, he was able to get away with this
But he bagged that shit up though when he first came out, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause
He was bagging it up though.
Yeah, smart dude, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he really learned how to. End of the day, I tell people, and like I said, I'm gonna put my own foot in my own mouth about it because being or not, I'm more for fighters. You know what I mean? Because me being a fighter or and being an athlete, I'm always gonna be on the fighter side. Every promotion, I don't care what it is, it's a scam. You know what I mean? They're going to use you till they can't use you no more. And you have to literally play the system. You have to really get all your money worth. You can't be the nice guy and go, oh, yeah, I just take this. No. Take everything. Bleed them, have the motherfucker. But like, oh yeah, you got no keys? Give me no keys to your house. Give me no keys to your car.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the gloves if I fall in.
Bro, it's like all the sports, right? Like football, the same way.
But football's a little different. All the reason I say that, at least in football, they got some type of insurance on you. You know what I mean? At least in football, you got someone retirement check in a way.
I was saying pretty much like how they use you, and then you can give a team 10 years, but playing through injuries and everything, and when somebody younger and cheaper come along, they can cut you like that. Like, I can't believe they cut you after what all you did for that that franchise.
But yeah, man. But even like you said, like with Bob Sapp, I mean, he saved his money and he invested it now. So it's like, I mean, that's the smartest thing you can do is keep making as much money as you can and just turn it around and be able to retire with it, man. Because
I say any sport you do, if you are an entertainer goes around is being a fighter, music artist, whatever. If you're an entertainer, you have to get your money out of it. You really have to, because at the end of the day, why did you do this for? You know, you can say, "Oh, I love it after death. It wasn't about the money," but you ain't gonna be saying that if you got two.
You gotta stop after a while.
Yeah,
bills and everything.
Yeah,
take care of that.
like I hear cats. I mean, I was a victim of it at one point, saying, "Oh, it ain't about the money. I just love the sport.
I just want to fight."
Yeah, but I'm like, hold on though. If I end up having 2 knee surgeries or whatever, and I'm out for like a couple years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because if it ain't about the money, if you just want to fight, you can just go in the gym and spar.
Yeah, or go to a street fight.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's how I really look at it.
It's very rare somebody like, nah, I need the bright lights.
Yeah,
you know, I need the bright lights when I'm getting mine.
Yeah, now I'll tell fighters now, you know, like me now, like, you know, I got fighters that's like, man, match me. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it right now. I am very selfish, you know what I mean? Because I'm not done with my career yet. You know, I took my 2 years off. I'm like, all right, my kids, like you said,
spend time with the kids.
Yeah, my kids are older now. My kids are in middle school, about to be in middle school and high school. I'm like, all right, now I can really focus on myself. Yeah, but you know, now what I do is now I'm like, shoot, I can give you all the advice. Let me give you the advice. Let me tell you what you need to do. You know what I mean? You can take it or leave it, but let me tell you the mistakes I made.
Right.
And if I can give you just a little insight of how to get your money, how to get your fame, how to, you know, play the system, I got you. The only way I'll be a manager is once I'm done. That's about 40. And when I do that, I'm going to have an empire, you know. I mean, that's the whole goal of mine. You know, for me, I'm not trying to be that Floyd Mayweather or nothing. But, you know, once I get done, I will have a whole management team. Not just a management team that helps. It does finance management. You know, to help fighters.
Help the fighters invest and put their money in the right places, man.
Yeah, because no fighter should not be broke. You know what I mean? And it sucks to say because the fight game is a poor man's sport. You know, it's just like, you know, even being a promoter, a matchmaker, I give everybody respect. Because being a promoter, a matchmaker, yeah, it's a scam in a way, but they still putting their house on the line. You know what I mean? Being a manager, you literally are saying, I'm going to take these fighters and I'm going to get them all I got. And hope and pray I get something out of it. And being a fighter, you know what I mean? Fighters, you know, shoot, man, I remember being on couches, sleeping in the car. You know, ask baby mama, hey, let me load me a couple $100 I made you beg, woman. She's like, hell no, shit, you broke motherfucker.
Like, you know, give me money so I can go fight.
You know, so.
But it happens though, man, because even fighters, even now, I mean, when they travel, a lot of times they don't even have a room, bro. Like they'll sleep outside, sleep somewhere, and it's still happening.
What's his name? Clay Brown, out of Houston.
Clarence
Brown.
Yeah.
Man, he was telling me, man, I was quartering him. I helped him out and everything. Yeah, you know, I like that dude. That dude cool. Shout out to him. He's a real cool cat. You know, he told me it was one company he fought for. I'm not gonna name names. He was just like, man, I only had a whole deal. They got me a hotel room for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Then I had to sleep outside by the venue. I was like,
I've never heard of that.
You know, but I'm not surprised because I have seen it all. I have heard it all. You know, shit. I'm like, man, that's raunchy. Boy, I would have been flipping shit and everything.
From fighting, having checks bounced to you know, just everything. I've seen it. I've heard it, man.
I'm definitely a victim on that one, man. I remember taking a fight. This is when I was like,
I feel like a baby in the game. What y'all talking
about?
Man, that's crazy.
Oh man, me and this brother together been in this game for a very long time. He used to have seen me go through some wars, man, and just like, man, I remember one of the fights I have done, and this is where I was getting evicted out of my house. I got evicted out of my house, but I had to fight that same day. I just called my mama up and said, Mom, I need to drop the boys off to your house. And she lives all the way in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I remember taking the fight. I won't even say robbed. You know what I mean? I got to the point I don't say I got robbed. The fight didn't go out my way.
Right.
I didn't have time to change or anything. I hopped in the car, and this is 1,200 miles to Texas to Indianapolis. I literally had my boxing shoes, my boxing shorts. Told my baby Baba, let's go. Took the kids. I remember getting halfway there, and I needed to cash my check. I went to one of those cash place.
The checks
The
cash.
man's
Yeah,
cash.
yeah. They were like, your check has been bounced. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Damn.
I remember calling the promoter up. And this is the story he gave me. Oh, somebody stole our checkbook. How somebody gonna steal your checkbook, player?
Yeah.
Hell no. How they gonna steal your checkbook? He's like, man, I'm gonna get your money. I was like, dude, I'm driving all the way to Indianapolis, Indiana to drop my boys off because I have nowhere for them to stay.
Right.
So I come back home, drop the boys off, come back home, me and my baby mama, and still don't have my check is still not clearing. Man, I personally went to this dude's gym. I didn't care who was in the gym. I took his Mercedes car keys. I took his gym keys. I'm like, bitch, you gonna pay me. He was like, nah, you ain't gonna take my keys. I was like, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? Tell your fighters to do something. I promise you. I will run downstairs to my car and all them gonna have bullet holes in their legs. I'm like, do not mess with me about my money.
Like, pay him.
Man, it took him a couple hours because I literally had his keys. I had a couple of homies. I was like this, hey, take his car, ride around. And they showed did.
Yeah.
That dude was like,
Was that in my car?
yeah, he literally go, dude, you ain't playing. I'm like, dude, hell no, man.
Let's go with these few hundred,
No.
losing my Mercedes.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, though. He was like, here's somebody. I was like, dude, you gonna give me extra, dude. And he did give me extra, too. Yeah, well, funny about it is he was just like, dude, nobody have never done that to me.
Oh yeah, they can get away with as much as they can.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I ain't scared of you, dog. Cause in the day, what the hell you gonna do to me? I'm like, I promise you, dude. You try to do something, your family gonna come up missing. I don't even care, but you're not gonna mess with my money. And that's one thing. That's one thing. Fighters, I will say, they take it lightly. They take it real lightly with promoters. You cannot take nothing lightly with promoters. If your check bounce, you better hold something for collateral.
Oh yeah.
I promise you that because you putting your own life on the line. You know what I mean? Because I mean, shoot, you already know, dude. I know too many fighters have killed their own self. You know what I mean? You remember what's his name? Josh, not just Justin. Call something Long Ranger.
Yeah.
He was from San Antonio. That dude was destined to be in the UFC, right or wrong.
Yeah,
Really destined to you be in the UFC, and found out he crashed out. He literally just killed himself. It was like, whoa, how's this happen? You know, I think I known 4 fighters. I had 2 teammates that died. They was on a good winning streak. They lost a couple of fights, and it just ended up. Life got in the way, the fight game got in the way. They was just like, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Pressure, man.
Yeah.
So I tell fighters, you trying to get up in this game, take everything. Don't let nobody use you as a pawn. Because at the end of the day, fighting's life or death, really. I don't care if you have never been in a street fight day of your life. As soon as you get in the cage or in the ring, you're not a citizen no more. No. you are literally looked at as an animal. Yeah. I mean, like, I remember me and you were talking. Dude, like, what's his name? Michael Chandler? Yeah. Michael Chandler, right?
Yeah. The one that just knocked out.
Yeah. Dude, one of my
Ferguson.
Yeah. One of my favorite fighters for one reason. Because he have never been in a street fight. I've never been in a high school fight, no school fight.
Yeah.
But the dude just.
But he can fight.
Yeah, like
in there.
he ain't normal.
Right, he can really fight.
Yeah, he is not a normal guy. But I guarantee you, he don't play about his money.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No, that's true, man. Because I mean, even I mean, with the promotions, not only are they still giving out checks when you guys fight?
Yes.
Oh, and I was gonna say, are they even doing that anymore?
They do some. They do half and half. Cause I think my organization does cash. I believe. I'm not.
Yeah, I received a check last weekend.
Last weekend, okay. Okay, I know some organizations do cash.
STFC used to do cash up front, bro.
Yeah. Boy, I used to be like, give me my money.
Yeah, they'd be out there. They got in trouble with that, but hey.
Yeah, you are right. They do checks.
Yeah, they do.
Because I seen somebody take a picture. Because I used to hate getting checks for one reason. Because it was like.
Because of that bounce shit. I mean, the shit that happened to you.
Yeah. Then on
I
top
wouldn't
of
want to
that.
get a check. I would probably, if that happened to me, I'd probably, hey man, like, something happened to me. Like, I need cash. Yeah.
Cash out, man.
Well, now on top of that, I remember having to, like, you can't cash a check on that Saturday because it's already, late. Yeah. Then the next day is Sunday. Banks are not really open. You be like, damn, I gotta really wait for this money. And I might have to get, how I'm gonna get back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think it's a good thing to do cash, but I understand why you don't do cash. Why promoters don't do cash? Cause man, it's easy for a promoter to get robbed in a heartbeat.
But there was an incident. It was for a grappling promotion in Colorado where they had, and people were paying cash to get in, or they were doing like the prize, and somebody went out with the box, man. They just walked out with it, and the promoter was like.
Every tournament they probably had, man, they never had to worry about that, and probably just turned it back for a little bit and watched the fight. And that dude was like, here it is.
Yeah, and so it sucks, and it happened, and I mean, I was just like, damn, but yeah, that's, I mean, whoever took it, I don't even know if they found out who it was, but somebody got paid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, fight game is a funny game, man. It's funny on every end, on every end of the party, you know what I mean? To being a matchmaker, a promoter, to being a manager, to being a fighter, it's hard. Even being a ring girl, and that's crazy. You wouldn't even think, why ring girls? But ring girls go through some shit too, because they are in the fight game too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they gotta produce and
And they can't do half the. What's funny about this, what I have noticed, ring girls can't do other shows. You know what I mean? If they work for this promotion, they gotta stay with that promotion. You know what I mean? They can't really advertise themselves or whatever,
I never thought about that, but yeah.
Yeah,
true, man.
you really think about it, yeah. The only reason I know because I have heard it, you know what I mean? Had a ring girl tell me, like, man, I need to make extra money, but I can't go get paid to do this modeling gig because I'm with this organization and everything. It's like, ooh, man, that's hard, man, that's hard.
That's wild.
Like, man, yeah. So, fight game, each party, is different. It's hard, you know what I mean? Just, like I said, I'm for the fighters.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a fighter,
No, yeah, man. That's one of the things I was telling somebody earlier, man. I mean, I've been in the fight game since 2002 as far as training. I mean, here in San Antonio, man, just training in jiu-jitsu, gi, no gi. I mean, media, I started getting into that like 12 years ago. But I said this whole time, the only reason I got into the whole media aspect was for the fact that I was able to get into places nobody else was, and I realized a lot of people were like, oh yeah, man, I compete or I did this, and the first thing people asked is like, oh, you got pictures or video, and nobody had anything, man. And so I was just like, you know what, man, I want to start doing this. I want to start getting footage for everybody else that can't, because now I understand everybody's on their phone now, so yeah, it's like everybody's got some footage now. But at the beginning, it was just because I was like, man, you know what? Like, I want to start getting photos, man, for these fighters and just
pioneer the game.
Yeah, just to kind of do it because, because there was a Texas MMA, of course, has always been here, man, and they were doing great. But it was just like San Antonio didn't have a lot of publicity. South Texas didn't have a lot of Corpus guys. So I started going after everybody that I was just like, man, I'm gonna interview this guy. And I've heard it more than, even now, I still hear it more than once, man. People are always like, dude, nobody's ever interviewed me, man. Or nobody's even ever invited me to a podcast, or nobody. And I'm just like, man, why not? It's just like, I mean, I understand everybody's always like, oh, man, this guy's undefeated. He's 30-0. Let's get this guy. But I'm just like, you know what? Who's he fighting?
Yeah,
I look up the opponent, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I'll interview this dude, And it's just like, it's always been like that. But
man, I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't out for you, in my career, man, I don't think my name would be where it is because of you, Like, man, dude, you have done a
Man,
lot of interviews with me, sponsored me at one point, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Always,
dude.
you know, always, man, always, every time we seen each other at fights, hey, Warren, you want to do an interview? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Because I knew, you know, end of the day.
Wally was fighting. No, I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, how you doing in there?
You don't do good. You know, I tell people, you know, special fighters, man, you know, who are you first? You know, they like, what do you mean? I was like, if you had to put 1, 2, 3, are you a fighter first? Are you an athlete or are you an entertainer? You know, I always get the ones, oh, I'm a fighter. Anybody could be a fighter. I'm an athlete. Anybody could be an athlete. I would say you are an entertainer first, because the simple fact is, you could be a fighter all you want, but if that promoter don't call you up, or are you just a fighter?
Yeah.
Gotta fight in the street. You're an entertainer because that's what the fight game is about.
Yeah, that's what sells. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, you know, getting them fights and getting them wins, but I mean, the fact that you can entertain and go out there and people actually, you know, like Bob Sapp, you know, he came out, people loved him. They were like, oh shit. I mean, he was always up to something. But I mean, yeah, man. I mean, definitely be able to go out there and showcase.
Oh, but
Yeah.
also too, this is part of the entertainment game right here. Being on every broadcast you can get on every radio show, every whatever, you know.
Yeah.
If somebody gives you the opportunity to go to sell yourself, do it. It doesn't matter
Exposure.
it doesn't matter you are 30 and 0. Do it, because even at 30 and 0, it don't mean you're gonna be in the UFC. It's right or wrong. There's plenty of guys. There's plenty of guys that have a good ass record.
Hector Lombard was like that for a long time.
Yeah. Shoot, Ray Rodriguez. Well, Ray the Judge.
Yeah.
You really think about it, he was on this big old winning streak for the longest.
Oh yeah.
He should have been on UFC a long time
You see,
ago.
and I've always said that about him. I mean, he's local here in San Antonio, man. But I've always said, like, a lot of these guys should have been in the organization earlier.
Yeah.
And it's just they took that much longer, and it's like even now, if you sleep for a year, man, you're behind 5.
Yeah.
There's so many guys popping up, and not saying he was, but it's just
just in general.
Yeah, everybody's evolving, and everybody's just getting that much better, man.
It's all about the publicity. Shoot, look at what's his name? I know y'all follow boxing so too much, but Devontae Davis.
Oh yeah.
And that dude he fought.
Rolly Romero.
Yeah, that dude had the lowest record. That dude's like 15 and 0. He even said it.
Yeah.
He's like, I might be the youngest dude with less fights, but my social media is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally,
Yeah.
I saw how much he got paid. He got paid $500,000. You know, and really for 14-1, that's totally not bad.
Well, 14-1 now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not totally bad, but that's why I said record don't mean shit. It is, can you sell yourself? And he sold himself, because I ain't gonna lie. That dude talk, I mean, he's not the brightest speaker, you know what I mean? But he sold himself, his social media was up.
Yeah, man.
I mean, his social media is like, I think he made more money off his social media.
Oh yeah, and a lot of them do, man. A lot of them get so many sponsors that you'll get. I mean, you got these kids making freaking millions just doing what they do, which is
like Jake Paul and them.
Oh yeah.
I know the females was crying about that for a while. They like the two hot chicks. What was it? The blonde and the dark haired one. The dark haired one, she was from Rachel O. What's her name?
Oh snap! Okay.
From Hawaii.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then,
I was reading about that the other day too,
Bare
man.
Knuckle? Or
Yeah, she's in Bare Knuckle now, and they're both in the UFC. Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah.
So they make more money posting not news, but posting lingerie and fucking.
Dude, I got them on my Instagram.
Oh,
Hey, like that Hawaiian girl, boy. That Hawaiian girl, she gonna be my damn baby mama, boy.
She tough, bro.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Woo.
See, and Paige Van Zandt, she made her pro debut in Corpus Christi. Like she fought for a promotion out there.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I was supposed to get cage-side access, and I get there, and the promoter's like, "Hey man, we can't, we can sit down." And then I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Dude, like I came in to take photos." So I went to the back, and I was just, I knew a lot of people there, so I was just like, "Hey," and I saw Paige, and I saw her, the lady or the girl that she was with. And I'm like, hey, can I snap some shots? And she's like, yeah. So I have a bunch of photos I haven't even like
of
put
her
up,
first pro fight.
Yeah,
oh, that's
man.
dope.
Man,
But it's just, I mean, that was before the boob job, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it just goes to show, man. Like she came in, they brought her in to lose. The girl that she fought was local, and she beat the local, man. Like everybody was like, oh crap. And then they put her in other organizations here in Texas where they kept bringing her back, and then she kept winning. I mean, obviously she was good, man.
Yeah, fighting out of what she was. She's from Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing, and you know, it's funny because you said those women name. It's like they didn't have to fight anymore. Right. They really learned the system. Yeah. They literally played together. They like, I'm gonna take a couple of fights. I'm gonna fight the UFC. I'm gonna fight for Bellator.
Just to keep the name relevant,
guess what?
You know,
I'm gonna do balling and everything.
I mean, because one they can post one time a day. That's all on IG, and then you get 500,000 likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I ain't gonna lie.
That's a big paycheck, man.
Yeah, I'll be scrubbing through. I'm like, damn.
that's why he stayed up to 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna look down like.
Go to sleep, bro.
especially that Hawaii girl, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Rachel, yeah.
Man, she could.
That's her name.
Yeah, I knew her last name. I just didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But her, I think it was Pearl Gonzalez. I think Pearl was saying that she wanted to fight her, so they're both doing the same thing too now, man.
Yeah, because Rachel and Van Zant fought each other on bare knuckles not too long ago. Yeah.
See, they couldn't be my wife, man. I'd be like, look, just stay on the social media. I can't have y'all fighting.
Well, I think
I looked at their face.
Paige Van Zant's doing that, bro.
Hell yeah, look, I'm sorry, man. Look, I looked at that whole girl face and everything on one of her fights. I mean, she got tore up. I was just like, ooh, damn.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, girl, you couldn't be walking around with me. I was like, I ain't gonna lie.
At that last fight?
Yeah.
I saw one. God, I forgot what I saw one over the weekend. The same thing, man. That girl got shredded up, dude. In the face. I was like, man.
See, I ain't gonna lie. You know, some
them knuckles cut different, man.
Yeah. See, some dudes.
That's what I was telling you earlier about the whole bare knuckle, man.
My thing, man. It would be, just defense.
Yeah.
I mean, just not getting cut by those knuckles, bro.
Yeah.
You know? You don't know what'll happen, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing that I've seen, cause there's been some guys here in Texas that have fought bare knuckle, man. Yeah. And one of the things they always say, or they have said, it's not boxing, so you don't stay too far away. You just want to get in there and just start chopping them up, man. Yeah. Because
remember Rocky Law?
Yeah.
He just did one not too long ago.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you see, and I was actually talking to him yesterday because he's trying to get a fight with the WWE guy, the Gallagher. Forgot his name. He's like a wrestling. He was in the WWE. He's doing the bare knuckle now, so he's trying to get a fight with him, man. So
okay. I haven't watched in a while, man.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I was just 5'10", I'll do some WWE stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I can't be no Rey Mysterio trying to hop off rings and everything.
That's exactly what you gotta do. That's your role.
I couldn't do that.
I think that's where the money's at. Damn, dude.
Rey Mysterio, legend. That's a legend. Right there.
No, man, I couldn't do it, man. That's a whole different animal right there, man. You gotta be really flexible, all the other crap.
And man, I mean, so this fight, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, man, it's gonna be kickboxing. Are you planning ahead for the rest of the year as far as fights? I mean, do you want to get another one like in September?
I want to. So, man, to be honest, I want to fight like I want to start training this week and like fight like twice a month if I can. And like being a free agent, like Warren was saying, it's pretty cool because you're not tied in with nobody.
Right.
So you can go wherever you want to fight and make your money, you know, and kind of, you know, build up some steam for myself.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been out for a while, man, and I always had like I was always more talented than everybody, but you know, at this level, you know, it has to be about skill and training. You know, so that's what I need. You know, and the guys I lost to, they're UFC guys, but you know, I beat everybody else. You know, without training, but you'll never. That's the best I'll get. Right. I don't get that training. You know, I was with a guy that was wanting to manage me. I ain't gonna say his name, but I was telling him like, hey man, I want to join some gyms. You know, can you cover the fees? And he was like, yeah, I can, but I really think you can be a world champion. You know, just hitting the bag and shit like that. Like I had 2 fighters that did it. I'm like, that's good for those 2 fighters, but that's not me. Like I can't be a world champion and make money for my family. Just hitting the bag, bro. Like I need to be in the gym.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Bag don't hit bag.
I need to be in the gym and. You know, and he didn't understand that, but he's no longer with me. So
no, yeah, man. And I mean, he'll tell you. You know, Warren. I mean, if anything, because it was for the longest time it was you and Van Boom.
Yeah.
And so at least y'all had somebody. You know, you weren't hitting a bag because
shoot,
you need a body to hit back and react and you know.
Before even him, man, it was. I had guys who was your height, your size. I was sparring up against. I was like
trying to get any type of work you can.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know, I tell people now. This is what I do say. You know, it comes down to training and everything. You don't need to spar as much. If you're a pro fighter, if you already got more than 10 fights, doesn't matter if amateur or pro, you know, you only spar once a week. You know what I mean? Bag. I'm not really that much of a bag guy. You know, I love shadow boxing. I love hitting the mitts. You know what I mean? Because the mitt work, you know, it does something different. It literally does something different. Just beat, and make sure, you know,
get you in rhythm.
It makes you move. You know what I mean? A bag is just there.
You stationary.
Yeah, it's just there. I think bag, for me personally, I think bag just helps you lose weight. You know what I mean? Lose weight and helps you work your, you know, work the arms. That's it. You know, but you know, everybody is different. You know, because I remember talking to Dan Severin.
Yeah.
You know, I called him up one time. Where he out of? Salt Lake.
Dan Severin.
Yeah. I forgot. I
I
forgot
don't know
where
he's
he's
from.
Yeah.
I forgot where he's from Utah. There you go. I think he's from Utah. And I was like, this is years ago. I was asking for advice and everything. He literally told me, he was like, I didn't have no training partners. Huh? He was like, I trained myself. I'm like, huh? He's like, you know how many fights I have? I mean, you know, that's
you can do it. The other guy did it. It's a documentary on it, a doc out on him. He's in the UFC and he went off in the woods and they found him dead. He was a middleweight champion before Anderson Silva.
Texas guy, man. Can't believe I forgot his name. He was in the desert.
He was in the desert. Okay.
God, I can't forget.
He taught himself on to be a world champion. On
because
videos,
he was Evan Tanner.
Evan Tanner.
He learned that out of the garage.
Yeah,
Still watching YouTube videos.
Which is cool. I mean, like the new age, you know, like you said, that people not sparring anymore really like that. I mean, working on a lot of, you know, explosiveness and other things, and you know, like you said, mid work. But man, I've been out of the game for 8 years. I want everything.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like I want it all. You know, why not?
No, especially definitely, man. So, I mean, cause that's, you know, it's gonna add to what you have now. I mean, of course, you stopped 8 years ago, but I mean, it's just, I mean, you're already set. You just gotta pick up little stuff here and there, and get that cardio. I mean, up even more.
For sure.
But yeah, man. I mean, and this kickboxing, how many rounds? How many rounds is there?
It's 3-5.
3-5.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man, I'm kind of
Dude's, I watched Dude video too. He looked like he's pretty nice, man. No disrespect to no opponent, but the guys he was fighting, they wasn't me. You know, what I mean? You go back and watch the video, you can tell. But traditional high guard, like real tight, hard to hit up here. So you gotta work his body. Yeah, so he likes to chop down, and when you drop him, he goes straight for the head. So he's been like head kicking people, knocking them out. So I think he's like 5-0 right now. So.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm kind of jealous right now in a good way, man. I want to do me some kickboxing right now.
Get on the card, bro. Get on the card, man.
That's like the promoter right now, man.
Right?
I
got everything right here.
There you go, man.
That's one thing I can say, man. My kicks are my weapon, right?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You see, and that's one of the things watching this guy fight, like, throughout the years, man, was that you never knew what the hell he was going to throw, man. Like, he was, like,
crazy.
unorthodox to where people were, like...
Like, the Crazy Horse? Was you like that guy?
A little bit, way better than Crazy Horse.
Well, not, I'm just saying, crazy, you know, throwing out crazy stuff, you know what I mean?
I was more cause cause I already had a gift. Like, you can show me something one time.
You pick it up.
Fast. So Taekwondo is my thing. Like, I literally use my hands like my feet. Like, I can kick a 6'2" guy in the face and make him just go, whoa. Like, my kicks just be crazy, yeah. And just overall, I just was very athletic. Like, I'm very athletic with it, but I have really good technique with it, you know.
Traditional guys, were you a traditional guy also? Like a traditional martial art guy?
When I started, it was straight to, it was valetudo, what we called it here, but we used to do like gi and no gi. It was just like... Yeah. I told one guy the other day, and I was telling him what we used to do back then, because he wasn't, my instructor wasn't accredited I mean, we did a lot of gi work. He was a traditional karate guy, but everything we did was like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. But it was I described it as catch wrestling with the gi.
Okay.
Because we had jiu-jitsu stuff, we had knowledge, but everything, a lot of the stuff we did was like strangulation, dude. It was just like crossface. It was just like some crazy stuff.
But you're still an athlete that started like a traditional martial artist. Like you had a background in something.
No, yeah.
Unlike me, just coming from a football background on the streets. You know what I mean? Like you kind of.
Well, you see, because before that, I never. I used to skateboard, man. I did some boxing, but it was just like literally on the way home, like this San Fernando gym. We used to live right down the street from there, but it was just like I never had somebody to tell me, hey, watch your stance, or hey, hold your, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like I used to fight a lot, but it was like against people that didn't know how to fight. So,
yeah.
Of course, it made me look better, man. But but when it came from as far as like training, like I had nothing, dude. Like when I went, I went the first month. I went once a week. Cause I was like getting my ass kicked, dude. Like I would go home and I'm like, I want to do this. My neck, my shoulder, and my girl at the time was like, "Are you sure you want to go back?" Like, yeah, like, and it was just like after a while, I was just like, "Oh shit, I like it, man. I liked it. I got hooked on it. I literally, like, would go every day. I'd go to the gym every day before I go, go train, and it was just like my cardio was what freaking helped me. But I was good, but it's just like I tell people, man, it was just like my cardio was my best technique, man.
Right.
Because I used to be like get everybody tired, and once I saw him huffing and puffing, I'm like, all right, freaking sinking the choke, man. But I mean, I can imagine coming. That's why I was asking earlier, as far as football going into MMA, because I mean, yeah, it's a whole different sport, but
it is. Bro.
You were tested. You were out there put against your, put you at your worst, and you still keep going.
Right. Exactly.
I'll say there's one of the big guys they have here, man. He's an amateur fighter, man, and he had fought 2 weeks ago, and in that fight, I think it was like a 265-pound weight limit, and the guy his opponent came in heavy, and this guy had actually dropped down with weight because he was trying to eventually. I think he's looking to fight at 205 now, but he was like at 228, 230, and so he fought this dude, and he lost that fight. They went all 3 rounds, but I told one of the coaches, I said, dude, that's freaking hell of impressive, dude. I said, because he could have easily tapped out 3 different times. Right. He was just in a bad spot, and every chance he got out of it. And I said, because of that, he's already been taken into deep waters, man. He's gonna, when he goes pro, man, he's gonna be like, you know what, I'm good.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I've been here before.
Yeah, because you got guys that go, and as soon as you get in the bad spot, they tap, or which isn't more.
They're not familiar about it. I mean, familiar with it. I lost a fight like that. Like, I was caught in the arm. I slammed the guy hard. Got put in the arm bar, and knew that certain position, that certain submission can break arms.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I mean, without knowing anything. So it wasn't no gym there. You know what I mean. So I wanted to fight bad, but I didn't have any gym. So I just had to, I had to wing it and put. I was like, I want to say 7-0 before I lost. And then I lost that fight and fought and lost to Walt Harris also. So. Yeah, man, just actually getting in the gym, bro, and just actually really, doing it and working on the craft and working with guys that's whooping my ass and coaches that's doing what they doing. Like, that's what I want to do.
The main goal is to, be in the gym with guys that's a lot more hungrier than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, bro.
So I tell people, man, I hear too many people that wants to, is scared to be in big gyms, and I tell them, why are you scared to go to big gyms? Oh, because I'm not going to get the same treatment. You don't want the same treatment. You want guys that are better than you. You want guys to be an asshole to you, because at the end of the day, if they asshole to you, that makes you work harder. It truly makes you work fucking harder. You know what I mean? And, like me, I won't really... I mess with a little bit of small gyms, but I like big gyms because those are where you find the hungry guys, the guys that they eat, sleep, shit, breathe, fight. Like, they not even trying to be your friend. They just You're
just another body, bro.
Yeah.
That I'm working with today.
But that's how you gotta look at it the same way too.
I mean, you're gonna get that experience as much as they are, man. Because you're a training partner, but at the same time, you go get somebody
still getting that work.
Level.
Yeah. You still getting that work, for sure.
Man, and as far as I mean, you moved here to San Antonio now.
Right. Yeah.
Now, and I mean, you have that one fight lined up, but I mean, like you said, you're a free agent, man. So I mean, of course, if promotions out there wanting to get a hold of you, man, where can they do that?
My IG, it's Braxton_King21, and my Facebook name is Ethan Tremblay. So.
And actually, and I was gonna ask you about that because I tried looking you up on. You have an old Instagram account?
I have a few old ones, man, that I can't get in the account.
Oh,
the one that's
the
active.
same.
You the same way?
No, I got like
I thought I was the only one out here. But
Hell no.
the one that's active is Braxton_King.
Underscore. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'll definitely
21.
look
This
that
is
up.
tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Fury? Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
No, yeah. The Fury FC's going down. It's gonna be like the undercard is gonna be an amateur card, and then it's gonna go into the.
And it's two.
Oh, okay.
I think it's only got like 2 amateur fights or something like that. Then the rest is pro.
Oh,
like
probably, man. I assumed it was all amateurs, but probably because I know.
I didn't really pay attention, but I saw like 2 amateur fights, and that was it. Fury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was a promotion. I think it's going down to. Was it this weekend? In Houston. God, and I forgot about it.
They asked me to fight a 9-4 heavyweight on the card.
Which promotion is that one?
I can't. They never
Kraken.
even told me the promotion.
The Kraken, right?
I can look it up
Kraken?
right now.
Yeah, because they were looking for an opponent for.
What are they called?
You know the heavyweight?
Yeah.
They were trying to find an
The
opponent for?
UFC guy?
I don't know if he's you. The big guy that fights out of Winklejohn's gym, right?
No. Actually, he was training over there for a while, but he fights out of Houston, I believe.
Yeah, he's having trouble finding fights for some reason.
Tell him to give me a call.
Yeah,
I got him.
He's pretty.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's the organization called?
The which one?
What's the organization called out of Houston?
I'm gonna look it up right now, man, because they had just popped up. It was God, I forgot my brain froze on me, man. But it was it had to do with the Paradigm training facility, man. It was just the PC.
There's so many organizations out here now. It's not even funny, man.
No, you see, and they're starting to pop up, man. You see, it's actually affiliated with the Paradigm Combat Sports Training Center, but they're the ones that are. It's under that name.
Okay.
It was Texas Clash Promotion. I guess they were advertising for some or trying to get a fight for this. I don't know the name of the promotion, but they said a heavyweight out of Houston.
Houston, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was for Juan Adams.
Okay, one out. That's his name. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you see, and when they had posted that, I was like, damn, because here in Texas, there's not that many heavyweights, man. As it is, a lot of them train with lighter weights because a lot of their gyms don't hold
heavyweights.
Yeah, like big guys. It's just like they either have to cross train, and the thing about it is that they end up fighting each other anyway in the regional circuit, man. Because
that's what I say. You kind of got to go to Houston or Dallas. Really, can't you go to Houston or Dallas? You really got to go out of Texas to find heavyweights, man. It's like, wow, man. You remember, because it used to be one point, it was hard to find small guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it's all flipped. Now it's big guys. It's hard to find. Yeah. Because 55 to light heavyweight, that's easy to find. Yeah. But it comes down to lower to heavy. Man, they hard, man. They hard to find, man. It's crazy.
Damn. But I mean, but they contacted you for that one. I mean, had you looked up the opponent? Because there was one Adams, right?
Well, that's my first time hearing about it. I didn't know who it was. My foot and shin was still sore.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I was like, bro, like I ain't gonna be able to make it to Houston. You know, do that. I didn't even know who it was, but he just said he was 9-4.
Yeah.
He didn't say a name or nothing.
No, yeah, man, and that's the thing. I mean, you know, like what Warren was saying earlier, man. It's just, I mean, there's gonna be fights out there. I mean, of course, I mean, and it happens because even Legacy. I mean, they're going to Belton, Texas, this month.
June. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so they're gonna be out there, man. So I would even wait and see if maybe one of their guys falls out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's gonna be opportunities, man. But
I just heard UFC is coming to Austin.
Yeah, and then Dallas. They're gonna be in Austin first, and then they're going back to Dallas, man.
Dude, I still have not been to the UFC fight.
No,
me either.
I'm like, damn, man. I think one day I'm just gonna sneak up in there and be like, hey, man, I'm Kevin Hart or something.
Right? I'm with the sound guys.
We gotta go this year. I'm tired of that. It's time to go to a fight, man.
I had so many opportunities to go to the UFC fights. but something always came up.
Yeah.
Like even this one right here, I can't go to it. And what's funny, remember, Giannis.
Yeah.
What's his first name? Adrian
Giannis.
Yeah, I fought that dude. He's gonna be on that card. I'm like, man, dude, I really like to go see that.
They're like,
but,
hey.
yeah, but I put on a show that same day for B2. I think that's gonna be our double hitter in Kentucky.
Damn.
Actually, we about to put on three fights in Kentucky. I think we're gonna do a Friday. We're gonna do a Friday, Saturday, and I think that y'all squeeze in on Sunday.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
I'm like, damn, boy, you really trying to do something.
Sleep at the venue, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you there the whole weekend.
Shoot, this brother's not gonna sleep no video. They better have bathed and everything else.
No, yeah, definitely, man. But as far as the rest of the day, man, what do you have scheduled today, bro?
Man, the wife is doing some grilling, so go back home and chill with her and her family, play with my daughter, and call my sister back. She's blowing my phone up.
Oh.
Other than that, just chilling out, getting ready for this week, man. Busy week, big week for me this week. So.
And you're gonna be, just on scout, or are you doing something else? Other.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna be scouting like gyms?
Yeah, I'm scouting some gyms, maybe some places to work too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Looking at it's gonna be a big week, busy week for me. So.
No, for sure, man. I'll definitely, like I said, I'm gonna plug you in on a few spots. As far as work, there's actually a brewery, Alamo Brewery, right on the other side of downtown, man. And I'll give you some info on that one because they were looking for people the other day.
I appreciate it, bro.
But yeah, man. Definitely. Man, bro, Warren, thank you for bringing them.
No problem, man.
Appreciate you,
for having me.
man.
I appreciate it, bro.
No, not a problem, man.
Thank you, Spike.
Hey, because I always forgot to ask you this, because I heard it when you come down the ring. What's your fight name?
The Beautiful Monster.
That's the awesome name ever. Then he came out with the awesome walkout song, too, man.
The Beautiful Monster.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What made you come out with that walkout song? God, that was an awesome walkout song, man.
Man, you know what? It was down to 2 songs. So I don't know if you guys. Well, I'm sure you're familiar with Creed, the movie Creed.
Yeah.
So the trailer version, it's a sample version of Kendrick Lamar DNA.
Okay.
And it's like drums in it. It sounds really like it makes you feel like a king.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but B2 had to buy everything, buy walkout music. So I don't think they could find it or whatever. I don't know what happened. So,
man.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite wrestler.
Yeah,
so
man.
That was my second.
Man, he came out with that, dude. I went ape shit.
I was like, bro, you can't get it. You know what?
Yeah.
That glass break. Yeah.
Dude, I just saw a flashback. I was like,
Dude, I flipped out. You have no idea. I flipped out when I can't. Cause
you tell me this, bro.
Yeah, cause what was funny, right? I ended up wrapping your hands, and I was like, I'm not wrapping his head. I was like, dude, this motherfucker got some bricks as a hands. I was like, man, I'm very interested. I literally stopped what I was doing. I told everybody, don't ask me for no gloves. Don't ask me for shit. I gotta watch this dude fight. Then when you came out with that walkout song, I was like, oh shit. This dude's about it.
Yeah, dude.
That what's up? Yeah, it was cool, man. Hey, I give you props on that one, brother. I love that one, man.
And you know what? And I was gonna, as far as the walkout song, because for the trailer you were saying about the drum beats.
Yeah.
Like there was I watched on UFC Fight Pass. There was, I think it was the one in Florida. But that's all they had. Like there was no walkout song. There were just somebody.
It was Titan FC. Yeah,
there you go, man.
Yeah,
and I saw that, and I was just like, it didn't hit me at first, and then after like the third fight, I was like, oh damn, dude, like it was good.
Man, it's you have to hear the song. I can send it to you, man. It's just like, I don't know. It makes you feel like, bro, you feel alive. You ready, bro?
Like you're walking
you're
up from
warrior, you're king. Yeah, and
damn.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I don't know who made that version of DNA by Kendrick Lamar, but it's the best I've heard. Even better than the original.
No, man, I'll definitely send it to me, man.
I'll definitely send
checking it out. But once again, everybody, of course, Braxton, Warren Stewart, Spider here, DeFi Car Podcast. Follow up, subscribe, and check out all the media outlets. I'll be sharing Braxton's as well as Warren Stewart. So check it out, support. Until next time, follow up. It's gonna give us a few seconds of kill time, but yeah, man, definitely send me that. Yeah, but the Titan FC, because I was watching like Legacy, Titan FC. I was watching like all these UFC fight. I was back and forth, man, and I was like, oh crap, and I go to the other one, and but that drum beat,
It's nice, right?
Yeah, man, I liked it because it was like a natural like it gave you like that animal instinct, like and I was thinking like, oh man, I wonder who came up with that, man.
After hearing that DNA version of Kendrick